here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. That you would probably like. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. When I wake up, I'm on it. Thank God they ain't get to work again. Kids gotta eat, got goals to achieve, and I can't do that slow poking. I remember they thought I was joking. It was all funny till the money start coming. Now it's only funny when the cameras get rolling. When they hit my phone, told them so I'm recording. Lost my dog, nearly lost my mind, but I had to let the Lord in. Then I look back and I think about the fact that we talked about this moment. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. That you would probably like. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. You might as well subscribe.
What's up, family? What's up? What's up? We're about to get this thing kicked off here in a minute, man. I'm trying to see what's going on with my chat highlights. I think this thing ain't working today, but if not, we still gonna keep it rolling. Be there in a second.
It's EDN, and we just dropped again, but hold up. Go run and tell a friend to pull up. You know you wanna kick it with us. And right before you go, just shut up. Negroes, you don't like it, just say EDN. I just dropped video and now I'm about to drop again. Ain't it nice? Ain't it nice? When you find some content that you actually like. I know that's right. Posting like every night. Before you leave this video, drop your boy a like. Then subscribe, join the tribe. We gon' turn up every time. And if they say that we ain't posting, then you know them boys lying. I hit my socials, tell a friend. About the top, about the gram. And hit that bell so you know when to come back again. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. That you would probably like. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. When I wake up, I'm on it. Thank God they ain't get to work again. Kids gotta eat, got goals to achieve, and I can't do that slow poking. I remember they thought I was joking. It was all funny till the money start coming. Now it's only funny when the cameras get rolling. When they hit my phone, told them so I'm recording. Lost my dog, nearly lost my mind, but I had to let the Lord in. Then I look back and I think about the fact that we talked about this moment. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. That you would probably like. You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. and some other videos that you would probably like. You might as well subscribe.
YouTube family, I have tried. I don't know what's going on with my chats tonight. Y'all know typically when I go live, I like to highlight some of the audience members that I'm answering questions to or tuning in to. But tonight, I think that thing is just broke. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna try to say your name if we get to portions to where I'm interacting with y'all, just so you know exactly who I'm talking to. But y'all read the title of the video, man. We have a wild lineup of things that I'm going to get to today. But before we get to that, for anybody who is new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Adison, the host of this channel. And this is a channel where mostly a lot of movie series and gaming type of reactions occur. But I figured I would give y'all something a little bit different tonight. We're going to be taking out some time to look into a few videos that were sent in to me. If you did not know, I have a plethora, a huge amount. They need to come up with another word for big and large amount for the amount of requests for videos that y'all send in to me to check out. And most of them are on more of the entertainment based side of things. But tonight I figured we switch it up a little bit and take a look at a few news articles, some of which have been warm, some may be true, some may not be. I'm not gonna lie, the title of the video, for those of y'all who've seen it, I need to know what's going on with this, because that is insane. That is insane. So we're going to take a look at more than just that. We're also going to have a section or a segment where I tap in to see some of the things that y'all will be interested in checking out as well. But let me see why I got my people here tuning in live with me. Let me shout out some folks, man. Shout out. Hey, let me know where y'all tuning in from. If y'all want to know where I'm located, it is Nashville, Tennessee. If y'all ever see me looking to the left, right, or any other side, it's because I got multiple different monitors maintaining the stream, and I also got a monitor to make sure I can see y'all as well. So we got who is it? GB the Bone 8847. What's going on, my brother? Rachel Elevator, what's going on? We have Kennedy tuning in from Chicago. Appreciate you, Kennedy. We got Jelly Mama 24. What's up, Jelly Mama? We got Chels T93 tuning in from Greenville, South Carolina. Nisha Ray tuning in from Dallas, Texas. Hey, Nisha, I think one of the folks in these videos said they was from the state of Texas, or I think it said this took place in the state of Texas. We gonna see. Q Ray 2012 tuning in from Georgia. What's up, Q Ray? Anime 10 or Anime 101 Forever, South Carolina. What's going on? We got Tish Palmer 2393 tuning in all the way from Jamaica, man. Filma Fatal 6550 North Carolina. Lord have mercy. Why all the people who got the most tongue twister usernames got to say where they from? I appreciate y'all. Let me know, but can I get a simple username in the chat? Just one. Let me see one simple username in the chat that I can pronounce without feeling like I said it wrong. Let me see. MB-T1 said from the Bay. Okay, thank you, MB-T1. Thank you for making me, not have to think too much before I pronounce that username. Jeremiah House of Cards says Long Island. Okay, all right, I can do that one. It was long, but it was simple. It was long, but it was simple. So I got a couple things on the agenda for today, but before we get this thing kicked off, let me talk to y'all a little bit about some of the things that have been taking place recently that y'all might have been seeing on the channel. Before I do anything, I gotta let y'all know, man, you might see me on this side of the screen, but all of this is possible because of y'all, man. Y'all got me tuning into movies, shows, games that I never thought I'd be watching or tuning into. So that is a good side of things. If you've ever watched previous videos, if you're new here, well, welcome. Shoot, you might find out about some stuff you didn't know. But if you've been tuned into the channel for a while, I typically watch a lot of sci-fi action. I watch a lot of well, that's my preference, right? Fantasy stuff. I really like that. But it's February. The Discord, Patreon family done sat your boy down and said, you need to watch a rom-com this month. And I said, I'm down for it. I don't know how many of them I'll do, but I'm definitely down for at least one. And I thought I did that. Beauty Danger says, hey, Adison, what's going on? Casey Bakota _ Bebe says, what's going on, Adison? How you doing? Harmony 1913 says, West Tennessee. What's going on? So they sat your boy down, man, and told me that I was watching a rom-com. They had a whole voting process, all of that good stuff. And what they had me tap into was Why Did I Get Married? I believe that is a Tyler Perry film. I keep on saying I believe that after that's been confirmed more than one time. It was a Tyler Perry film titled Why Did I Get Married? It was the first one. First time reaction to it. And I'm still debating about whether or not that's a rom-com. You know what I'm saying? Because they tried to get your boy. I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all done ran that thing up to the #1 video that's been dropped recently. So maybe I need to listen to y'all more. They have had me watch Why Did I Get Married? And when I say that thing was messy, it was messy. It was messy. I wasn't prepared for that much level of mess. I had a good time, though. I had a great time. Also, speaking about a great time, for those who tapped into the Patreon, y'all see some of the names here. I actually watched that live, so some of y'all got the opportunity to enjoy that with your boy twice. You got to watch it live. But for those who did not, you still have the opportunity to check out my uncut reaction to that by tapping into the Patreon. You get early access to content, get to vote on what I watch next. Also, get to watch live some of the reactions. That's not I don't always do, but from time to time we get into that. But y'all, I know we came in here to talk about some of the articles. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time before we talk about the headline article. Somebody said I missed the AI music in the intro. Yes, you did, because I don't have AI music in the intro. So you probably missed that by a long shot. I don't have AI music in the intro. Matter of fact, it was a video last week. I think it was a Game of Thrones video I dropped. And that video would have been out an hour earlier, but I was like, man, let me do another little intro song. So I whipped up the beat, then whipped up the little intro, and then put it on there. So y'all get like a whole bunch of partially done songs. Cause I'm like, man, I'm kind of tired of paying all this money for all this music. Let me just practice. Let me dust off my production skills and try to get some stuff going for the channel. So that's what you saw. We're going to have a section, like I told y'all today, where I tap into the chat to specifically see some things that y'all want to see. But before we get to the main video, I want to take a look at some other things, give people an opportunity to come in and catch up a little bit to the stream. And then we're going to tap into somebody respectfully offing somebody over some French fries is what we're eventually going to get to. But before we get to that, I was sent over another video. Actually, shout out to my dad for this one, about a Kansas City referee taking a leave from officiating after an incident that took place at a basketball game. We're going to hop over and do a reaction. We're going to tap into this one a little bit more so we can get the details before I give you all my assessment of said situation. Let's get it. Man, you know what would be good? If I actually gave y'all some audio from what I'm watching. I feel like that would be, y'all would appreciate that, right? Let's try this again.
A high school referee's dramatic fall has gone viral, with some calling it a flop. But tonight, the veteran official says it's something far more serious. Live at 5, the referee himself is sharing his side of the story with KCTV5 amidst all the backlash. Katie.
Hold on. I know he's about to get into why that happened. I want to see how he fell and why he fell that way.
A high school referee's dramatic fall has gone viral, with some calling it a flop.
Why is my boy laid out on the ground like he's about to start making snow angels?
Tonight, the veteran official says it's something far more serious. Live at 5, the referee himself is sharing his side of the story with KCTV5 amidst all the backlash.
Yeah, he has to explain himself for that.
Has the story.
This viral moment out of Eudora has reached millions on social media over the weekend.
Did she touch him, or is he?
In the third quarter of a girls' basketball game between Bonner Springs and Eudora Friday night, an official ejected a Bonner Springs guard.
Morton really wants the foul. She'll get a tech for asking for it. And I think she just got a second tech and might be tossed from this game.
There was some contact in the paint with her, and she wanted a foul. She was asking.
I ain't gonna lie, this news station is some real content creators. Cause I thought old girl was finna hit him with a haymaker. Then they went to his story right before it happened. All right, let's listen to him.
For the foul, and for complaining, she got hit with the technical foul. And then for reacting to that, she got hit with the second technical foul.
As the official walks over to the bench, he falls backwards to the floor.
Wow. Did he get?
I think her arm maybe she got hit with a second technical foul.
As the official walks over to the bench, he falls backwards to the floor.
Wow. Did he get?
I think her arm maybe brushes against his chest, and there's an angle where you can see he looks down at the fact that he's been touched and then falls to the floor very theatrically.
Many online accuse the longtime official Jeff Freeman
This brother been watching too many James Harden highlights before he went to work tonight. Brother, why are your legs spread and your arms? See, look, this is why I say, thank the Lord for cameras. Thank the Lord, bro. Like, I know some of y'all, you probably wishing there wasn't cameras around for some of the foolishness you did. And to keep it a whole being, not me in particular, but in high school, there were some things that took place that if cameras were around in social media around to the effect that it was today, man, it probably been a lot of brothers I know that wouldn't graduate. And even deeper than that, it's probably people in time periods before me that, man, Lord have mercy. But thank the Lord for cameras for situations like this. Because I guarantee you, if it was no cameras around, this boy would probably have somebody expelled or kicked out the school. Liv Faris says, no, I ain't going to say that. Ball all day for sure. But this right here is flop all day. That's crazy. I need to hear what this man has to say about this. Maybe did she have a taser in her hand? Did coach have a taser in his hand?
Of flopping. But Freeman told us in a statement he has a medical condition and will visit a neurologist on Tuesday. He
Tuesday? Why wait that long? Go today.
Adds, quote, I do not want any additional punishment for that player, coach, or school. It was not their fault. The Kansas State High School Activities Association says Freeman will, quote, take a break from active officiating in order to pursue appropriate outcomes for the official and all stakeholders.
Oh, heck no.
But he ends up eventually popping back up. Everybody kind of reluctantly applauded for him. And then he finished that game, and there was a boys' game afterwards. He refereed that full game, too. So he seemed to be.
No, my boy didn't just do that and then get up and finish that game and rep a full other game. Let's go back to his statement, though, bro. Let's go back to his statement.
State High School Activities Association says Freeman will, quote, take a break from active officiating in order to pursue appropriate outcomes for the official and all stakeholders.
But he...
Tuesday.
The man said... No. We're not breezing past that. We're not breezing past that. The man said, I have a medical condition. I am visiting my neurologist tomorrow. Hopefully, and we will have additional information after that. Now, Lord forbid, it's something. Lord forbid the man actually has a serious medical condition and it is not being taken serious to the point that he should get a pass on flopping. Are we done with all the... Okay, cool. Brother, you remind me of the fish I caught the other day that I felt like I had the hook too deep in his throat. Because after it flopped, it didn't move no more. But you were a dead fish out there on that court. You didn't want to get back to the water. Because you knew you was going to be food to your other brothers and sisters once you got back in that water. I got to give him respect, though, for staying and officiating the next boys' game is crazy. Because I was matter of fact, I went to 3 basketball games yesterday, filmed all 3 of them, too. And I'll say this, folks, get off on the refs. Folks, get off on refs. And I'm talking about, I've thought about it before. Matter of fact, when I needed some summer jobs and things of that nature, back when I was a little bit younger, I've officiated some AAU games, right? And some Little League games, and they get vicious out there. They get vicious. Especially the man, call it both ways. Or this ref is man, folks tear into refs. If you are a ref here in the chat or have refed here in the chat and you want to go ahead and, say, hey, I have officiated before, I get it. Now, some refs are worse than others. I think when somebody has to win or lose, being the determining factor in that, or being somebody who, officiates said winner and said losers competition, you put yourself in a tough place. But never have I ever seen a ref flop before. Seeing a ref flop is crazy. Heels up too. Lay my head on this hardwood. Lay it down. That's how that rep was. Like it's gonna be a cinematic music video. Yeah. Rep was out there like that. But that boy was in slow motion on that ground. Hey, I'll say this about the little statement that he wrote in regards to I have a medical condition, I'm visiting a neurologist. There's some things in life that you just gotta be real with yourself about. Have you ever done something so crazy that in a moment you gave yourself a pass, but then you look back at it and you're like, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that I actually went through with that, maybe I do need to go see somebody because maybe something in my brain is not right. So for that instance, I completely feel him. Like, I've done some stuff before and it's like, dang, that was dumb. And then when you grow up and you're like, yeah, what was I thinking? This one right here, I do think if I did something to this level, I do need to go see somebody about. And y'all know me, man. Y'all know me. God-fearing brother. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has done a lot of things for me. And lying ain't it. You know, liars all have they place in the pit of. Let y'all finish this. It is Sunday. I ain't preaching today, but I'm just letting you know. I fully understand why this brother lied. Oh, I fully understand why this brother would lie. Because when you do stuff like this, your whole family reputation is just, you know, hey, Bob, how's your son doing? You still officiating? Imagine somebody coming up to your daddy at the grocery store in the country. Hey, Bob, your son still out there flopping? I know you don't hoop no more. I'm flopping breath. Like, do you know how much pressure you don't put your whole family in after some mess like this? Hey, prayers up for my boy, man. Prayers up in the chat. I really hope he can get the help that he needs. And for this reason right here, like imagine, and this is the thing, you know how refs try to get players to, well, you know, if you stay straight up, man, you won't get a call next time. But, you know, hands off. I can't hear anything else you say to me for the rest of the game. I can't hear anything else you say to me for the rest of the game. Like, for real. Like, you can't give me any more advice about the game of basketball at all. There may be several reasons to flop strategically in a basketball game. I know people don't like to hear that. I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying me, myself, am a flopper. You know what I'm saying? I may feel like I get fouled a little bit more than the average brother. You know what I'm saying? And it may or may not be true. But flopping, I try not to do that. I fall on a jump shot or two, especially if I feel it come off the hand wrong and then going in. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But flopping as an official, flopping with the stripes on, boy, you might as well work at Foot Locker because you're not officiating. That must be your Foot Locker get up. That's what that is. That boy came in with his work outfit on and just started officiating the game. Let me get off him, though. Do they got anything else to say? Let me see if they got anything else to say. And then they said it was determined the appropriate course of action is to have the official take a break from active officiating in order to pursue appropriate outcomes for the official and all stakeholders. But what I love the most about this is how my boy, how he saved face of the players in the team. This is what I love the most. Let me go to that statement. Ask my fellows officials, coaches, ADs, etc. about me. My reputation is stellar. I think that needs to be was. I do not want any additional punishment for that player, respect, coach, or school. It was not their fault. I feel you. And again, I will say this. If there was something going on that we did not know medically and my boy was just, you know what I'm saying? I really hope you can get the help that you need. But in the event that it is not, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I got a city league game tomorrow. For those of y'all who don't know, you know, the Hoop Jones, I'm still out there in the city league getting active. Somebody got to represent this. Somebody got to say the city, bro. I'm still out there in the city league. And man, I'm gonna go to the game, tell one of the refs, hey, I seen your boy last night. That's a crazy story. That is a crazy story. I don't know if I still heard anybody say that they that they weren't official. Some of y'all died. Hey, I know some of y'all have officiated a time or two, but let me pull this over. Let me check it out. Some of the people from the live stream family. We got Based Apollo. Appreciate you so much for that super chat, my friend. Appreciate you so much for the love. Put a lot of time and energy into this content that y'all see. And whether it's a like, a comment, a super chat, a click, I appreciate all of that. Says, what's up, Adison? Love from Cali. Just started watching y'all Everyday Brothers for a few months now, and I've loved every step of the journey. Keep it up. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Hey, did I hear anybody else throw their hand up and say that they was a ref or not? Jim's Josh says, what position you play, Adison? I'm point guard. A ref flopping is diabolical. That is. All right. Let's go on and get to this next one. I think this one is a little bit longer, so we'll have to do a little bit more listening to this particular one. And I'm going to let y'all know this is a little newer, this format that I'm doing with the show. So I normally, when y'all see the videos that I put out on the channel, I edit and condense them down a lot. Condense them down a lot. So hopefully we don't get no smack on the wrist. We're looking at some news type related things, but you know, never know. If so, y'all may still see the video up. If not, then shoot, I might have to do something and put it back up at another time. Let's get to this next one. I think this is a story about a woman who says that she was either almost kidnapped at Walmart or was kidnapped at Walmart. We're going to take a look at this one, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what was going on in regards to the French fry situation. Okay, let's hop into this one. Let me get y'all some audio as well. Okay, let's make sure we can hear.
Because I feel like it's so important for women and young people, and even just for all of us as we're out living our lives and doing things, that we're watching for each other,
I might need to take this a lot more serious.
For each other, because I never in a million years ever thought that this would happen to me. So I wanted to share my experience with you. So hopefully, if it does happen to you, you can either avoid it, or if you're unable to avoid it, you know what the next steps are to protect yourself and to make sure that you get home safe. But I was in Florida, and I was shopping for a table at Walmart, and a young woman approached me and said she was a missionary from Brazil and asked if she could pray with me, and we had some conversation, and she...
Hey, no offense. I'm a brother who likes to engage with a lot of folks. But it be stories like this, and I haven't even heard the rest of it. This is why, like, some folks, you just watch out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then when you come up here, hopefully she's not lying. If you come up here saying you're a missionary, and watch out. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. All right, let's see what else you got to say.
Turned her backpack around and unzipped it and pulled out these 2 books and said, hey, I have these for you. And she handed them to me. And my reflex was to take them, when someone hands you something, you just take it.
Sometimes.
And I'm looking at these books, and they were wrapped in a plastic wrapper that was kind of worn and a little cloudy looking.
Turn the TV on. What's going on?
And I'm looking at these 2 books, wondering what is going on. And she was telling me that I could buy the 2 books from her for $20. And once I realized she was trying to ask me to buy the books, I said, oh, no, thank you. I don't need these, but thank you. And I handed them back to her, and she took them back and stuck them in her backpack, zipped it up, and said, okay, thank you, and walked away. Okay. And I thought, wow, that's a strange thing to happen. And I started walking toward where to check out. And within less than a minute, I'd say 30 seconds to a minute, all of a sudden, boom, I started getting very dizzy. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm so dizzy. I'm going to really quickly get this table. I'm not going to shop for anything else. I'm going to go to my car to try to compose myself. And as I was walking out to the register, I looked down an aisle, and I saw her down the aisle texting very nervously. And at that point, I started getting more and more dizzy. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I think I've been drugged. There must have been something on those books that she handed me that I'm now feeling. And I've been an athlete and had multiple surgeries. And so I know what it feels like when you take a painkiller, something to help with the pain. And it felt like I took 20 painkillers all at one time. I was so disoriented and dizzy and just had a hard time composing myself. And so once I realized that I had been drugged, I wondered if she was texting maybe the people that she was working with and letting them know what I looked like, so they would know who she had given the books to, so they could be on the lookout. I'm assuming they were trying to traffic somebody. That's what they were there for. And so at that point, I heard clear as day. I just feel like God gave me clear instructions. And I was told, go to where there are a lot of people, stay around a lot of people. Because my instinct was to go to my car and to isolate or go to the bathroom. But no, I needed to be around where there were a lot of people. So I kept walking, and I saw the pharmacy to my right, and there was a bench at the pharmacy. So I sat on the bench because I thought I was going to pass out. And then again, I heard more instructions. Let them know that you're alone. So I'm assuming so that someone didn't just walk up to me and say, oh, this is my girlfriend, and pretend like they knew me and walk me out of the store, and no one would even question that. So I went to the pharmacist and I let him know something had happened, and I let him know that I was alone. And he came over, he's like, are you okay? I said, no, I think I've been drugged. And so they had Narcan available in case I had any reaction to it, in case I had any trouble breathing or anything, which praise God I didn't. But they called security, and security came over, and it was very, very hard for me to talk. It was taking everything within me to stay conscious and speak clearly. And I couldn't even remember what the girl looked like that I had just seen a couple minutes before. I just remembered she was shorter and had long black hair. I couldn't remember the clothes she was wearing, none of it. That's how disoriented I was. And I just wanted to share this story, not to scare people, but again, I never ever thought that this would happen to me. So I want you to know, if anybody ever tries to hand you anything, a book, a flyer, a business card, a candle, just anything, you do not have to take it. You can just say, oh no, thank you, I'm fine. You do not have to take it from them. Secondly, if you do end up touching something that might have chemicals or something on it that make you feel dizzy, and you feel it hit you, your instinct is to isolate. It's to go hide. But you need to do the exact opposite. You need to be around a lot of people.
That's a good tip. And I'm gonna hear what else she has to say. Dang, that's a good tip, because honestly, and I don't know if this is a male versus female thing versus a in the moment how I'm feeling thing. If I were to ever start to feel sick, dizzy, or something suddenly, my natural instinct would be to just go to the car so I can get to the crib. But I do wonder if women feel a little differently because they're women, though. You feel me? So I'm not saying men can't get taken too. I mean, anybody can get kidnapped. If somebody wants you that bad, they'll go through a lot of lengths to get you. But I feel like that's a good tip, because in the moment, especially after somebody handing me something like that, that's crazy. And this is why I say the internet, man, and whether this is true or not, I don't know. I'm just taking her at face value for the story that she's telling. The internet, you'll learn a lot of things. Somebody would have been handed me 5, 7, 8 books. I would have touched it, gave it back to him, and then blamed it on something I ate that morning. Golly, that's a good tip. People. Your instinct is to not make a scene and, keep to yourself until it passes. But you need to make a scene. You need to let people know that you're alone, that you don't know anybody else in that area or anybody else in that store where you are. Because I believe that those two decisions are why I'm still here today and why I'm okay. And they were unsuccessful in that. And I thank God that they chose me, because I had the instruction and I knew what to do and I knew where to go to be safe. And I'm so grateful for that. When it hit me, I knew what that feeling felt like, because I had had so many surgeries before. And so I knew what was happening to me. And I think of just younger people that maybe don't know what that feels like would think, oh, I'm so dizzy, I'm going to go to my car. And you never know what's waiting for you around the corner. You never know what's waiting for you out in the parking lot when you're by yourself and you go out there. I mean, everything can happen so fast. In an instant, your whole life could change.
and you might not be going back home. And
okay, so I think I'm gonna stop it there. I think this is an almost story, which I mean, I thank God it's an almost story. I would hate for her to, have this is part 2. Part 1 was in Walmart, part 2 was in the van, and part 3 was when I escaped. I'm glad that we don't have 3 parts of the story. I'm glad it's just a 1-part story. That's crazy. The world is crazy. And this is why, man. This is why a lot of times when I react to certain things and movies and shows, it's typically on the fictional side. Shout out all my people tuning in on Twitch as well. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters tuning on Twitch. This is why, man, because the world is a little crazy. And I'm glad that she's safe. And I'm glad that she used that experience as a way to educate others about the things that you should be cautious for and of when out in public. Because oftentimes, most times when I see people, when I'm out and about, I try to get to where I'm going, get out. You know what I'm saying? Get in, get out, get what I need, get out. And be as cordial and polite as possible. But you never know what other people's intentions and things are. So I appreciate her for that. Also, shout out First Time Chatter. Go the girly here on Twitch. Let me also highlight a few people on the YouTube side of things. Based Apollo again with the super chat. Appreciate you for that love. Says real quick, just throwing a suggestion and more love out there. If you haven't heard of it before, you should definitely check out the Raid movies. I have had a few people tell me about the Raid movies. I've not seen a trailer or anything of that nature to know what exactly it is about, but I appreciate you so much for that suggestion. I might have to check out a trailer. The other one is Creeposaurus Rex, just coming through showing love. What's going on, Creeposaurus Rex? Real quick about trailers, I'm gonna tell you about something that caught my eye. No, I won't. I'm gonna tell y'all about that later. See, appreciate Fabicole for subscribing on Twitch. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm gonna tell you about another trailer that I really want to check out. I haven't checked out a lot of trailers lately, but it's a trailer that I think I really want to check out that came across my radar. But back in regards to this situation, I've heard of folks at the gas station getting hit with a little whoop-de-doo and, a little napkin or towel, whatever the trick is that they get folks at the gas station with. I will say this, though. Although I have never had an experience like this, there was an experience maybe 2 weeks ago at Target, right? And this has nothing. I promise I'm not going to get as deep as old girl. There's an experience at Target. I walked out to Target. I had some things in hand. It's late night. It was like one of the only places that was open at that time for me to get something in the category that I was getting. And outside of my car when I came back, it was like a brand new item, like just sitting right there in front of my car. And I was like, oh, snap. And then I was about to pick it up and I'm like, man, I'm not touching this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what if I'm not? Let me just get in the car. Let me just get in the car. Some folks be like, oh, well, somebody bought it. They don't want it. They're probably gone by now. I'm going to take it. And then it was like a take it in the store. I was like, man, heck no, I'm finna just go home. What if somebody had put a little bit of that Cosby on that package? But then the other thing is, oh, you could have been a good Samaritan. Nah, forget that mess. Y'all crazy now. And y'all crazy. I'm all for helping a brother in need, but y'all folks, some of these folks crazy, just crazy. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into one of the storylines that I wanted to bring y'all here for, man. This video popped up and I was like, there's no way. There was no way. Like maybe there's somehow that I'm reading this title the wrong way, right? But I kid you not, the title of the video that we're about to embark on involves what they're saying is a teen who was killed over French fries. Now, I'm going to, before we get into any of this, I want to be very clear. This is a very sad situation, and there's elements to it. It's like, the intrusive thoughts get to say like, but what type of fries? Let me stop. Let's just watch the video, man. Really sorry for this loss, but let's go ahead and check this out. Let's check this story out. Crazy. Let me get y'all some audio for this, and we're about to take a look at this together.
An 18-year-old accused of killing a friend after a disagreement over food is now in custody 2 weeks after the shooting.
I'm ready to stop the video already.
Darden Jr. is accused of shooting Jarvis Davis at a Fort Worth apartment after Davis would not share his French fries. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the victim.
I know there's more to the story, and I paused early. Y'all, if y'all ain't been here long enough, you know a brother gonna talk. You know how stuff happens, right? And then folks want to be like, it's two sides to every story. I don't want to hear your side, no. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's stuff like this, like I don't even want to hear your side of the story. You feel me? Like that you first off. It said it was his fries. Is what it seemed like. It sounded like it was this young man's fries. And because he didn't share them, and then they also used the word friend. Hey, bro, this is why I'll be staying in the house. I'm telling you this is why I stay today,
Peyton.
Steve, and multiple people witnessed this shooting inside of an apartment, including children. So Fort Worth police tell me they were confident in who they were looking for. We now know this 18-year-old suspect was tracked down all the way to Tyler, Texas. That's about 140 miles away from Fort Worth. He was tracked down to a hotel. Fort Worth police tell me it's possible he has family in that area, but he's now back in North Texas. That suspect is at the Tarrant County Jail tonight.
It's so senseless.
Senseless. That's how Sharika Kennedy describes the murder of her son.
Why? Now, that's the question. Why? No, my baby was probably genuinely his friend. My baby wasn't expecting him to shoot him. Everybody in the house was like, they thought he was joking about the fries.
And this is why, if I haven't told you before, I'll tell you again. Y'all need to be very careful with the people that y'all have as friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling none of y'all not to be friendly, but you need to assess and be very cautious with the people that you just consistently let in your life. Like, this is sad, bro. And y'all know, like, I like to joke a lot. This is sad, bro. Like, I don't even really got much to say about it.
19-year-old Jarvis Davis shot and killed inside this West Fort Worth apartment near Camp Bowie in 820 back on January 28th. Witnesses told police a group just got back from grabbing food at Wingstop when there was an argument.
The Wingstop fries
say
good, but
Davis didn't share his fries with the suspect, later identified as 18-year-old LaMarcus Darden.
My son's girlfriend was laying on his lap at the time of it. And she said she just heard a glass break, a gunshot in a glass break.
Fort Worth police say Darden pulled out a handgun, shot Davis in the head, and took off from the complex.
That's
He was
crazy.
tracked down nearly 2 weeks later. Kennedy, a mother of 8, now with a missing piece in her family and frustrated, considering she says her son and Darden were friends.
How it happened is just, I'm never going to be okay with it. I'm never going to be okay with it.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm really trying to assess what, maybe her son was a friend to the kid, but Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And as they say, and I'll tell y'all this, the people that's most likely that's going to get you out of here, it's not some stranger on the street, bro. It's not some stranger that you never seen. It's the people that's closest to you. It's that way when it comes to relationships, like partner relationships. It's not, a lot of times people are afraid of some boogeyman that's coming in the night, not a boogeyman in your bed. This is why I say y'all got to be careful with the folks that's around you, man.
Yeah.
And Darden transferred to the Tarrant County Jail yesterday. He is charged with murder. This evening, we reached out to his attorney. They got back to us. The attorney tells us he's not ready to make a public statement at this.
I'm not gonna lie, bruh. Man, let me calm down. Man. These are those situations too, to where everybody like wants to ask you why you did it. The why don't matter. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. And good and well, it sounded like it was a young lady there involved, chilling, kicking with him. Maybe it's a situation to where, and nothing is acceptable that I'm saying. I'm just trying to, assess said situation and wonder why I got to go that far, because it feels like it's more to the story. But even if it is, like, bro told you can't have his fries, so you popped them. It sounds like it. Maybe I don't know if it was some things, but imagine you going to go hoop with your dog, and then 5 minutes later he like, yo man, let me get some of them fries. No, and then he shoot more shots. What was in them fries? Like, ain't nobody's fries that good. That don't matter. I know. I'm sorry. I'm saying, it's like when it's so stupid, you just gotta ask yourself. And then she said Wingstop, like the fries good, but like, bro, what? This is the main reason why we finna pull up here. We doing this. Well, hey, where y'all going? Hey, y'all have fun, man. I'm at the crib. Yo, man, pull up. We finna. When? What time? Hey, man, can't even do it. Can't even do it. And somebody in the chat said it wasn't even a wings. I'm trying to be mature. I'm not gonna lie. I'm at that divide right now, because like somebody did lose their life, and rest in peace to the young man. Rest in peace to the young man. So it's y'all know I'm typically on things that are not heavily centric around real life scenarios. So when you hear something like this, it's like you're joking, right? But nah, this is not a joke, man. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And you even got the mama sitting up here saying like, yeah, it was somebody that he considered to be one of his friends. Did he like not know how? Did he feel like he was being disrespected when dude told him no? It has to be. Then it sounds like, I don't know if there's some embarrassment involved and the young man didn't know how to handle that. But to kill somebody over some, I'll put it like this. I'm not finna sit up here and claim that I've been in several fights in my life, but there is one of the, if you want to call it this, the first fight that I was ever in my life, the story of it was interesting. I was playing a kid one-on-one in basketball, and we were in the gym, and I'm immature, like a middle school kid, like immature, like maybe sixth grade, maybe just immature. And I remember vividly playing the kid, and actually me and this kid became friends after, which is a crazy story. We became actually the same day. But long story short, we were playing, and I remember doing something, and he was like, he said something to the nature of like, yeah, man, ain't none of that stuff you gonna do working, yada yada yada. I'll lock you down. This, whatever case may be, just childish, middle school stuff, right? I'm just being competitive playing. And I remember hitting, like, I hit a move, hit the game winning shot to beat him. And I said, you can't guard me. Your daddy can't guard me. Your granny can't guard me. Your mama can't guard me. And then I turned around thinking like, it was just the emphasis on not you or anybody can guard me. Just some childish middle school stuff. And then I did the mic drop. Then I turned around. Turned around. I'm feeling like Kobe. Then as I'm turning around, I take like 1 or 2 steps. I get airborne. Like I'm like, whoa! I'm getting airborne off the ground. And then next thing I know, like I'm on the floor, And some of y'all gonna laugh. The truth is the truth. I ain't gonna sit up here and sugarcoat. The truth is the truth. I had turned around. I was walking the other way to get ready to go to the locker room. I'm getting rolls up, and I think essentially what he did was he picked me up, and they used to call it bamming. So he picked me up from the back, and then he like tried to bam me in the front. But I caught my hands on the ground, and before I knew what was happening, he kind of got like one or two in over top of me. And then as I was getting up, soon the PE coach and everybody came, broke it up, like literally broke it up. That was like the first fight, but I say it really wasn't a fight because it literally lasted that short. And then I'm getting up, and I'm like, man, like, yo, what you? And I know a lot of y'all are visualizing this: a young Addy receiving two chicken piece wings, and it's funny. In hindsight, it's funny, but back then it was like, bro, what? I'm sitting here like, why am I like, what's going on? And then I get up, and all I remember him saying is just like, man, keep my mama name out your mouth. I was like, family, I ain't saying nothing about your mama. But for those of y'all who know, the yo mama like jokes back in the day, like they used to be off limits. They was putting the yo mama up there with the B word back then when we was in middle school. But I was like, I didn't even say yo mom. I said you couldn't guard me. Your granny couldn't guard me. Your daddy couldn't guard me. Your mama couldn't guard me. But I guess it was just because I had yo mama in the sentence. He was on go. Lil Addy had to get beat because it was just it was yo mama in the sentence. I said, brother, context matters, brother. I didn't say your mama so fat. I didn't say your mama so ugly. I just said your mama couldn't beat. But then I said, but I also said your daddy and your granny. And the thing was like, also you want to play? And I'm like, no. Let's calm down. Like I don't even want to fight you. It ain't even that serious. But so funny enough, that's what the first fight in middle school was like. I like to say, really can't even call it a fight. And it was funny. I was joking with the guy maybe 2-3 months ago, maybe a little bit more like that. Like it's a joking matter now, but like it's certain things that even then, what happened to just like what just happened? And I understand like losing and competitive. I get all of that. And that's why I said like when there's more to the story. Like, even with that instance, I get it. We were both being competitive. Somebody won, somebody lost. And then there's like a little element of there were other people around watching. And then the other, if I'm not mistaken, now I think this was the year I actually wasn't on the basketball team and this person was, but there were other people around watching. So there was an element of like, maybe this ain't, and he may say it wasn't that, but I don't know. Maybe there's an element of like, maybe some embarrassment, maybe other people watching, maybe, I don't know what it was, but there's more to the story. I don't think it was just that statement alone. Now, it could have been. But when I look at this situation right here, it's like fries. And even in our situation, like whatever happened to just, and I don't advocate this for nobody. Like I don't think anybody should put hands on anybody unless you're defending yourself or somebody and it's that serious. But whatever happened to just like fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like whatever happened to like, why you just smack? I'm not finna give you no suggestions because at this point it's just sad, but like smack the fries, eat a fry anyway. Like what? Like you can't have my fries, I shoot you? Like I can't even, there's no making sense of this. It's exactly like the title says, it's senseless. It's senseless. Based Apollo also dropped me a link in the Twitch chat. Appreciate you so much. I'm gonna check it out. I most likely will not be reacting to trailers or anything of that nature here on the live. You know, that's one of the things YouTube don't like. That is, you know, music, copyright, a lot of other stuff that I got to get it edited down and condensed before I present it to y'all on this platform. But to the fries situation, man, I'm not trying to be funny, but drop like who got the best fries in the chat. Like, I'm not fighting with nobody about no food. I mean, we're not cavemen and like that. It got to be more, man. But this is the main reason, like a little bit about me. I'm not going, bro. I'm at the I enjoy being at the crib. I'm one of my favorite things to do, and I don't just got a huge circle. It's a lot. I love a lot of people, but you ain't just gonna catch me around the people. My fault. Let me make that make sense. I love a lot of people, but you're not just going to catch me around a lot of people. There it is. Not just for no. I don't need to be. I've been like that way since middle school. I've been like that way since elementary. I don't need to be out and be seen. I don't need to be somewhere just because everybody is there. I don't care nothing about that. I don't need to be at this part. I don't need to be at this function just because everybody is there just hoping to be seen. I'm not, bro. I'm cool at the crib. If there's a specific reason we going to say a thing where there's a lot of folks, then cool, I'll pop out. I may attend this, that, and the third, a birthday, a little dinner. But man, what we gonna do? We gonna go shoot. Y'all want to go play some board games at the crib? Y'all want to watch a movie at the crib? You want to do it? Like, I'm the type of person I can still have fun in an environment to where I at least kind of know what a lot of different things are. And I know this situation is different because they were at a home, at an apartment, which is even more sad to feel like you're in the confines of a safe space with people in there that you have invited because you have deemed them as safe to oneself at least. And then it's still, man. It's stuff like this too that I remember a while ago I reacted to a video of a prank style that was going around online. And the prank style, and like some of this stuff, it sickens me to my stomach. The prank style was young kids going around with their cell phone and then filming their friend randomly just going up and like haymakering a stranger. Right? Just going up and haymakering a stranger. Just punching them. And like you see stuff like that and you just get so mad, bro. Like it's infuriating. Infuriating. And then because kids are so young, right? You like, it can't be them. It has to be this person. Like this, because there's a certain level of innocence that you want to put with the child. Since you're young, you make stupid or naive mistakes. But then there's certain things that's just like, man, that's the devil, bro. Like for real. Now, whoever introduced that to you, like it's just not, it's not it. And that just leads me to, it's like sometimes I don't know about y'all. Now, you know, God is in ultimate control of everything. And, you know, the Lord, say my prayers and, you know, what's going to happen, whatever will God has for me, that's going to happen. But I'm not going to lie, it'd be certain situations, it'd be a lot of young folks doing certain things. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to sit over here, man. And they don't got nothing to do with race or none of that. Yeah, like coming in to eat. Yeah, I'm going to get my stuff to go. I'm going to go to the crib. I'm gonna take it to the crib, man. We're gonna take it to the crib. How many? Yeah, gonna take it to the crib. Man, I remember being at this said restaurant. I ain't gonna snitch on nothing. I was at said restaurant here in the city. It was after a high school football game, and said high school riled up kids were outside of said restaurant, right? For those, a popular chicken spot, right, where a lot of people go. And I was in the parking lot, pulled up to get a to-go order. And it's some kids in pickup truck, in a pickup truck. And you know, the pickup truck, it's like 3 seats in that guy, right? The driver's seat, the middle seat, and the passenger seat. It's about 5 kids just in that section. And then on the back of the truck, it's about, I kid you not, it's about 8 kids. They are zipping it in the parking lot around it, just zipping it. Woo-hoo, yeah, baby, let's go. Said school, yeah. And I'm like, I remember being in high school, but like, why are y'all driving like 20 miles? How can you even drive 30 miles per hour in a parking space, in a parking lot? It's barely like 100 yards, and they zipping it in the parking space. I kid you not. I don't know if I came out at the right time or what. The car that was parked right next to me, they had swerved. I was coming out, about to get my car. They had swerved past me, and literally smashed into the car right next to me. And hit the bumper of the car right next to me. And I'm sitting there looking at these young kids like, man, what in the... Why? Like, it's some stuff that shouldn't even happen. What are y'all like? But I looked at them, and then I looked at that door. Then my stomach started going. I said, I'm going to the crib. Nah, y'all got cameras. I wanted to so much right be like, hey, the kids looked at the car. Yeah, just sped off. And then they left. They didn't make another circle around the parking lot. Then they left. I'm looking at that car like, man, dang. I hope they got that on camera. Because I'm going home. I'm going home. So it's sometimes, and I'm not saying our kids are like this. I'm not saying our kids are. It's some great kids out here. But when kids get influenced to do stupid stuff and they got a whole bunch of folks around them, man, they're going to do some stupid stuff. They're going to do some stupid stuff. I did hit them with that, yeah, that ain't my problem. I try to pick my, my Addy vigilante moments wisely. And that was a day I did not. I'm sure insurance and cameras and they going to get you straight. I might have went viral. If somebody clipped that moment, they probably see me pause, look at the car, look at the kids, look at the store, consider my stomach. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. This ain't my battle today, y'all. It ain't my battle. It is not my battle. Man, what happened to the days where kids used to like throw toilet tissue at the houses? Not saying that it was good. Like that used to be one of the baddest things back then, right? When folks used to like toilet tissue folks' houses. Wild world we live in. And this is why, man. I just be I'm cool with being at the crib, man. I'm cool with being at the crib. Somebody asked me in what city. See, now you're trying to get me to snitch. For those of y'all who know what city I was in an adjacent city to the city that I was in. Nah. I was in an adjacent city to the city that I was in. They're trying to get ass to snitch. You must think this is a Vlad TV interview or something. Yeah, so what city were you in? What zip code? What did the license plate say? Somebody, they trying to get me to rat. Let me find out the person in the chat was like, hold on, that date's matching up to the date that my bumper got hit. And I couldn't get a claim on it because they said there was no recordings on the camera and they thought maybe I just did it myself. I see what's going on. Oh, somebody just asked in the chat what happened to Ding Dong Ditch. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Story time again. Time out. Story time again. It might have been a couple years back. Some of y'all may already know about this story. It was some kids playing Ding Dong Ditch, which I think is dumb. Like, that's dumb. Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, stay off folks' property. Don't play with them. Bruh, I'm not watching this no more. This is equally as sad as this one. It was some kids playing Ding Dong Ditch. And this is summarizing. Man, they played Ding Dong Ditch on this man's house. Dude done came out the crib, chased the kid down, shot him in the back. And I remember when I first heard the story, I was like, man, dude is wrong. And he's dead wrong. He's dead wrong. Dead wrong, for sure. Dead wrong. But then it's like, y'all want me to keep it a bean or not? Do you want me to keep it a bean or not? And it's sad, and Lord forbid, like, it's sad. But when you play stupid games, man, you get stupid prizes. Somebody said, and what is crazy is that it happened again. Because, like, when you get to playing with folks, bro, you don't know what type of day that they're having. And I heard of that saying you got the wrong one today, or you got the right one today. Ain't that what they say? You got the right one today, or it's the wrong one, just depending on what mood they in. I ain't trying to be the cherry on top of somebody's bad day. I'm not. Now, dude is dead wrong. And I don't know what are the entertainment options this kid had for that day, but that ain't it. That is not it. And I'm trying to think of, like, what's the craziest thing that I've done when I was young? And I know everybody got a past and stories. have y'all ever like, even if you did something rebellious or silly, right? But it's like, I'm not going to do the life-threatening rebellious or silly things. But then there's also a spiritual aspect. So as a kid, it's like, when you grow up in a faith-based household, well, it don't got to be that, but the Lord knows. Like, I get that. Like, so there's a lot of things that you feel like, okay, well, because of the Lord still sees, I could have a life-threatening situation happen because I did said thing. I get that. But the thing just like, do a backflip off of a cattern into a what do they call, like a water ditch when in it's only like 5 feet narrow. I try to not do stuff like that, right? Go 150 on the highway when you first get your car. I try like stuff like that. I tried to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm weird. Maybe when I was trying to get away with stuff, I was trying to be on the phone till midnight. And still talk on the phone past that, which is stupid because y'all remember back in the house phone. I don't know why I thought I can get away with this. I don't know why. But if y'all remember back in the day, I don't even have. Does anybody here even have a house phone anymore? That's another question. I remember back in the day, you used to have home phones and used to have like 3 or 4 in a set, right? And if somebody was on the phone, you used to have to wait till they got off the phone for you to make a call. You could literally pick up another phone and hear said conversation. Right? You could literally pick up the phone and hear the conversation. Right? And it used to be, on the phone. Hey, get off the phone. I'm talking to someone. Man, give me the phone. And then what you used to try to do as a youngin' was try to confiscate all said phones because your little brother, your little sister may be trying to ease in and see what you was talking to, a girl you was talking to, whatever case may be. Right? And I got into trouble a time or two for being on the phone too late. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy didn't play that, man. My daddy didn't play that. And my daddy was the type to like. My daddy, you watch this. Hey, the truth is the truth. I shouldn't have did it no way, so I can't even get mad. My daddy was the type though, right? I never knew how long that Negroes on the phone. My daddy could have been on that thing as soon as I got the call. I just remember sometimes, like, I'm talking about you'll be into a good conversation too. Just chilling, you look at the clock like, shoot, I shouldn't be on that, but I'm still gonna be here talking. And then I just remember, man, I look up, man, it'd be about 4 hours on the phone. That hit that. Now I done told you more than once that you should be on the get. And I'm like, he in the middle of the conversation. I remember it was embarrassing. And then it was also like, how long have you actually been listening? And what all did you hear me say? Hey, but thank the Lord for good parents, man. Thank the Lord. But that was like I pushed the bounds that way a little bit when it came to certain things. Man, it's been a crazy night. But yeah, that was a sad one. I knew I had to check that one out. But I just had some Steak and Shake today. And I was eating those fries thinking about, is it worth it, bro? Ain't nothing that good. Nothing. So rest in peace to the young man. All jokes aside, I'm a chill on it. All jokes aside, rest in peace to the young man. I really hate to hear that happened. But now it's time to tap into the chat, man. Y'all ask me anything that y'all want to ask, and I'm gonna answer that to the best of my abilities. I'm gonna have to start putting an asterisk by some of this stuff. I'm gonna definitely have to start putting an asterisk because I see like some folks get to asking crazy things. So let me preface this. Ask me whatever ask me anything. That don't mean I'm gonna answer everything. Okay, there it is. I think that's a little bit safer. I am QT Pod says my dad would definitely listen to my brother's phone calls sometimes. for sure. Sebastian says prayers for the family is involved. 100%. For those of y'all who didn't know, I actually recently spoke. Actually, it was Super Bowl weekend. I spoke on behalf of a campaign that they had called "Fans Don't Let Fans Drive Drunk." And it was shout out to Andre's mother. Got the opportunity to speak at that event in regards to the impact that something like that has on families and the people involved in the crash are not the only ones who feel the impact. So got to speak on that. So you're right. It is more that's involved. That's why situations like that are tricky because you affect more people. I mean, a girl was there that was at the house. Like, man, it's a lot of, it's sad. All right, but let's get back to what the chat was saying. Chat done immediately took me out of that situation. Sebastian says, when is, hold on. When is the EDN World Tour coming? Hey, look. I don't have anything like that in the works yet, nor do I know what that looks like. But like, Lord willing, if that's what happens, has anybody ever went on a reaction tour before? I don't know, y'all. Sometimes y'all get to throw certain things out, and it's like I've never heard of that, but it would be fun. Yeah, I've never heard of that, but that would be fun. It's your boy. Boyo says, bro, please react to Hereditary. I've been seeing a lot of people request for me to check that film out. I definitely want to. I just got to wrap up. If I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm near the end of Walking Dead and Breaking Bad. And I really want to get that stuff wrapped up. If not within the next couple months, hopefully within the next couple months. It's a lot of different things that are involved as far as shows and filming. And the biggest thing the trickiest part is scheduling. And if I only got a certain time with certain people on certain days and the other, I have to make sure that I'm at least getting as much content in as possible, especially with the different groups that are here. So as soon as that stuff gets wrapped up, definitely want to get to some new stuff for sure. Courtney Jones says, just because I always love. Courtney, I appreciate you for that love. I appreciate you for popping in. If there's anybody who's tapped in for the first time too, man, say what's up, man. Never Know Tree says, been tapped in from Dallas, dog. Would you and the EDN gang be willing to star in a short film by chance? So interesting enough that you bring this up. One of the things that I'm super passionate about is filming, cinematography, and things of that nature. And one of these days, because y'all, it's funny, y'all get to see me react to a lot of shows, movies, and all of that stuff. One of these days, I would like to film some more stuff. That was one of the things that initially got me into cameras and stuff, is filming short films and practicing the camera, like all of that stuff. Now, obviously, you get older and you're like, yeah, that was bad. That was terrible. One of the first short films that I think I actually ever did was a homework assignment in college with Dre, which is where I met Dre at. So ever being one, that would be dope. Now, Nevin Entree says, would love to see you all tackle Snowfall. I'm going to be honest, I was actually going to do that. My goal was to do that this month. My goal was to at least start it. Now, I probably wasn't going to hit YouTube this month, but some things changed. I had to go back to the drawing board, had to have some discussions. So I'm most likely not going to be doing Snowfall or starting that this month. I will start it, nor do I know who all will be involved in that one yet. So I got to go back to the drawing board. I was initially planning to get to that this month. But yeah, I just have to be realistic. I'm so close to finishing up Walking Dead and Breaking Bad as far as those series. Those are long. If y'all don't know, Walking Dead is 11 series. Prior to a commitment level of doing a show, Game of Thrones is probably the longest, which was 8 seasons. And for those of y'all who don't know, I'm on that rewatch again with a lot of with all first timers. So yeah, I think I just got to get some of that stuff wrapped up. Y'all are still gonna see other shows and movies come. Emphasis on trying to do a lot more movies, but I have some other stuff that I need to wrap up, but as much as I want to get to Snowfall ASAP, the scheduling is crazy, and I need to sit down and really reevaluate how that is actually going to look and when that is going to happen. Cloud Winter says, got to do more anime for sure. I got a lot more anime in the archive that I have posted. And that's because I didn't want to still get into that same trap of having a lot of the content out, but then having to edit a whole bunch of different things, and my time to getting that out would be a little bit difficult. So Ethan says, will movie trailer reactions be a part of this channel? Appreciate you, Ethan James. Funny thing, when I first started the channel, that was primarily all that was done with trailer reactions. That was probably the biggest thing that was done, was just bulldozing a whole bunch of trailers and checking out a lot of different things that would be fun to watch, because at the time didn't do long form content to the nature that it is now. So with that question, Ethan, I'm going to tell you a trailer that I really wanted to check out. Matter of fact, I might do it this week. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't even know if y'all seen it. But it's more so because I want to learn. And that is the trailer. Y'all didn't tell me, man, that they had a Michael Jackson movie coming out. Shout out that follow on Twitch. Y'all didn't tell your boy that they had a Michael Jackson movie coming out. What y'all, man? I don't know. What I thought y'all loved me over here, man. What going on? There we go. Now I got some chats coming in. Y'all didn't tell me about that. Y'all did not tell me about that one. So, for those of y'all who don't know, and I'm going to reiterate this on the trailer, I have seen a lot of stuff about Michael, but he's just, in my opinion, so popular that it's like, what have I heard about him that is true, and what have I heard about him that I think is true, but it's not true at all? Without going into specifics, he's like so big. I'm doing my intro to the reaction. So let me stop there. It's like, that's why I want to check that out. Cloud Winter says short horror films, that would be fun to make. Etc. says welcome to Derry. What's going on with that? So I do have a few more reactions to that. But realistically, just to let y'all know right now, my time with that particular group is like 1 day per week with that particular lineup. So I'm hoping to get more in, but you know, those will come out when they come out. I'm loving that series, by the way, loving that series. So it's not a matter of love that series. I think the guys do too. They love that series as well. Shauna says, hey, Adison, more Denzel movies. Highly recommend Out of Time and Man on Fire. I've been wanting to get to a few Denzel movies for a while. One of the biggest ones that I think I want to watch that I've never seen is the one that everybody has that famous clip from. What is it, y'all? It's the one everybody, it's like one of the most famous clips ever. And I think it goes, what's up, Queen Reeds? Appreciate you for that love. I think the clip is y'all want to do that to me, huh? What's that? What's the movie where he's like in a, I don't know the movie because I haven't seen it. But when y'all say it, it's going to be at the tip of my tongue. It's like Training Day. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. So I know y'all got a list. Like I know everybody has a list of things like that y'all want to see me check out and yada, yada, yada and react to. I have a OG list. Matter of fact, I might have to start dropping subtle hints because I don't want to tell y'all because I don't want y'all to yuck on my yum. You feel me? I don't want y'all to yuck because everything that I want to watch ain't necessarily like, it's like, this is the most popular thing ever. Y'all, I don't want y'all to yuck on my yum, man. I will let you know one though. Training Day is one of those ones. If it's fire, let me see you drop some fire emoji in the chat. If it's poo-poo, keep that to yourself. Okay? Evidently, it ain't poo-poo because I've been seeing that, hey, y'all want to turn on me, huh? I'm doing it all wrong. I'm butchering it. Huh? I made you God-fearing young brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm butchering it. But I'm going to give y'all that one tonight. And you know what? I think I'm going to start a new trend too. I'm going to start trying to give y'all a quote of the stream. Every time we do a live stream of this format, I'm going to try to give y'all a quote of the stream. This one come from one of my good brothers in Christ today, man. He said a word at church today. Said a word, man, brother. I don't even know if you watch my content on YouTube, but brother, the brother said, you don't need more time. You need a deadline. Hey, one more time. The brother said, you don't need more time. You need a deadline. I said, dang, brother. Because a part of me was wrestling with myself. I'm like, nah, for real. I got a lot of videos to edit up. Father God, if one of these days you can give me 48 hours in a day instead of 24, I feel like I can get a lot more done and then still call it a day. And then I was like, that actually kind of coincides with another quote that I I'm beginning to love a lot more, especially since creating content for YouTube, which is done is better than perfect. And that's when it hit me that like, no, I need to get this stuff done. Like it's deep on many levels. On many levels. But sorry, let me get out my own head. Something, y'all was still here with me, but that hit me. But that's my quote of the day. You don't need more time, you need a deadline. I'm seeing lots of fire emojis in the chat. Folks are saying that training day is one of them ones. Somebody says a deadline. Sorry, was I not audible for real? A deadline is what I said. Now, let me see what else they're talking about in the chat, man. Let me see what else they're talking about in the chat. I might switch this up and do a little, y'all, you know what I may do? I might switch up the stream for the second half. I may switch up the stream. That's what I may do. I may switch up and go straight vertical. That way I can get to y'all's questions a lot more and answer anything that y'all may have questions about. And most importantly, I can get some editing done. Yeah, then. I think that's what I'm going to do. Y'all, so that's what we'll do. We did our EDN After Dark. Wrap that up, man. And appreciate y'all so much. And for those y'all who are staying a little bit longer, make sure y'all tune in to part 2, which may be coming. Somebody said, dang, my fault. Every time I want to hop off, somebody ask something else that'd be cool to address. Nevin Entree says, what's your biggest professional goal before the year end? This year for me, realistically, has been about like putting more systems in place, getting a little bit more organized. I'm not one of those people who, it's like so much love is shown. I would stay on here and talk to y'all all day, but then it's like realistic. I gotta go and get some edits done or get some, get this and that situated. So it's like I always feel it's like, dang, man, let me get on another stream. That's why if y'all are not on the Discord and things of that nature, man, y'all tap into the Discord, man. Tap into the Discord. Ken Koa Central says, do you plan on watching Pluribus? It's made by the same guy who made Breaking Bad. You can watch the trailer. Yes. So true story. Appreciate you for that super chat. Before I watched It Welcome to Derry, it was a toss-up between It Welcome to Derry and Pluribus. And then I ended going It Welcome to Derry. But yes. Definitely do plan on watching that. But ladies and gentlemen, I think this would be a good space to go ahead and kind of end this one right here. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all might see me pop right back up because I still need to get this little phone streaming thing situated. So y'all might see me pop right back up on the phone. It might be vertical stream only though. Love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe.
Let me vibe real quick.
Hit the bell, stay notified.
I'm gonna give y'all
some other videos that you would probably like.
All right, I'm out.
You done been here for a while, you might as well subscribe. Like, comment, hit the bell, stay notified. Got some other videos that you would probably like. When I wake up, I'm on it. Thank God, then get to work again. Kids gotta eat, got goals to achieve, and I can't do that slow poking. I remember they thought I was joking. It was all funny till the money start coming. Now it's only funny when the cameras get rolling. When they hit my phone, told them so I'm recording. Lost my dog, nearly lost my mind, but I had to let the Lord in. Then I look back and I think about the fact.